But Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
"15 years. That's how long it's been since Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift at the 2009 MTV VMAs. And in those 15 years, we've witnessed one of the most consistent patterns in entertainment history. Everyone who crosses Taylor Swift eventually faces serious consequences. Kanye West went from Grammy-winning superstar to losing billion-dollar deals and facing career-ending controversies. Scooter Braun dominated the music industry for decades, then lost his biggest clients after acquiring Taylor's masters. Kim Kardashian faced massive backlash that damaged her reputation for years. Katy Perry's career nosedived so badly she had to publicly apologize and beg for reconciliation. The pattern is so consistent, it's almost supernatural. But today we're going to break down the real reason Taylor Swift's enemies always lose. And trust me, it has nothing to do with luck. Before we dive into this phenomenon, let's establish just how unprecedented Taylor's track record really island. In an industry where feuds typically damage everyone involved, Taylor Swift has managed to emerge stronger from every single major conflict. While her opponents face declining sales, lost deals, public backlash, or career-ending controversies, Taylor consistently breaks records, wins awards, and expands her cultural influence. This isn't normal. Most celebrities who get involved in high-profile feuds see their careers suffer regardless of who's right or wrong. The entertainment industry usually punishes everyone involved in messy public disputes, but not Taylor Swift. Somehow, she's managed to turn every attack into ammunition, every controversy into career fuel, and every enemy into a cautionary tale for anyone else thinking about crossing her. Let's start with the feud that began it all, and examine how it set the template for everything that followed. September 13th, 2009. The MTV VMAs. 19-year-old Taylor Swift wins Best Female Video for You Belong With Me. She's giving her acceptance speech when Kanye West storms the stage, grabs her microphone, and declares that Beyoncé should have won.
But Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
The moment shocked the world. Even President Obama called Kanye a jackass.
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing?
Why would he do that?
He's a jackass.
The entire entertainment industry rallied around Taylor, painting her as the innocent victim of an arrogant bully. But here's what's fascinating. That moment didn't just boost Taylor's career. It began a 15-year pattern that would destroy Kanye's. Initially, Kanye seemed to recover. He apologized, released critically acclaimed albums, and maintained his status as a cultural icon. But something had shifted. The public's perception of him was permanently altered, and Taylor had gained something incredibly valuable: the moral high ground and public sympathy. Fast forward to 2016. Kanye releases Famous with the controversial lyric, "I made that bitch famous," referring to Taylor.
I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. Goddamn. I made that bitch famous.
He claims he got her permission. Taylor denies it. Kim Kardashian releases edited clips of a phone call that seemed to support Kanye's version. For a moment, it looked like Kanye and Kim had won. The hashtag Taylor Swift is over party trended worldwide. Snake emojis flooded her social media. Critics declared her career finished, but then something remarkable happened. In 2020, the full, unedited phone call leaked, revealing that Taylor had been telling the truth all along. Kanye never told her about the bitch lyric, and the clips Kim released had been deliberately edited to misrepresent the conversation. The vindication was complete, but the damage to Kanye was just beginning. Since that 2016 Famous controversy, Kanye's life has been a series of escalating disasters. Anti-Semitic comments cost him his partnership with Adidas, worth billions. His presidential campaign became a public embarrassment. His marriage to Kim Kardashian ended in divorce. Major brands dropped him. His net worth plummeted from billionaire status. Meanwhile, Taylor used the 2016 backlash as inspiration for her Reputation album, which became a commercial and critical success, setting the stage for her eventual emergence as the biggest artist in the world. The pattern was established. Cross Taylor Swift, face long-term consequences. But the Kanye situation was just the beginning. The most devastating example of what happens when you challenge Taylor Swift came from someone who thought he held all the power: Scooter Braun. In June 2019, Scooter Braun's company acquired Big Machine Records for $300 million, giving him control of Taylor's first 6 albums. For most artists, this would be a career-ending defeat. The masters are everything. They're where the real money comes from, and losing them means losing control of your life's work. Taylor's response was swift and strategic. She couldn't buy her masters back. Braun wanted to force her into a restrictive deal that would have kept her trapped. So instead, she announced something unprecedented. She would re-record all her old albums, creating new versions that she would own completely. Industry experts were skeptical. Re-recordings typically don't match the commercial success of originals. Fans have emotional attachments to the versions they grew up with. The streaming algorithms favor the original recordings. But Taylor understood something those experts didn't. Her relationship with her fanbase was stronger than any industry conventional wisdom. The results were devastating for Braun. Fearless Taylor's version debuted at #1 and consistently outperformed the original in streaming. Red Taylor's version shattered records and proved that Taylor's re-recordings weren't just commercial successes, they were cultural events. The re-recordings didn't just reclaim Taylor's artistic control, they systematically devalued Braun's $300 million investment. Every stream of a Taylor's version was a stream taken away from the masters he owned. Every chart success for the new recordings was a loss for his catalog. By 2024, the pressure was so intense that Shamrock Capital, which had purchased the masters from Braun in 2020, agreed to sell them back to Taylor. She had successfully forced her enemies to give up the very thing they'd fought to keep from her. But the consequences for Braun extended far beyond the Taylor situation. Since the masters controversy began, he's lost major clients including Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, and Demi Lovato. His reputation in the industry has been permanently damaged. In 2024, he announced his retirement from music management after 23 years. The man who once seemed untouchable in the music industry had been systematically dismantled, and it all started when he made the mistake of trying to control Taylor Swift. The pattern was becoming undeniable. Challenging Taylor Swift doesn't just hurt you temporarily, it fundamentally alters the trajectory of your career. But it's not just the main opponents who suffer. Even peripheral players in these feuds seem to face consequences, creating a kind of collateral damage that makes crossing Taylor even more dangerous. Kim Kardashian seemed invincible in 2016 when she released those edited phone call clips. She was at the height of her reality TV fame, her business empire was booming, and she appeared to have successfully exposed Taylor Swift as a liar. The immediate aftermath looked like a complete victory for Kim. Social media turned against Taylor. The entertainment industry seemed to side with Kim and Kanye. Taylor disappeared from public view for nearly a year, but when the full phone call leaked in 2020, Kim faced a reckoning. The evidence was undeniable. She had deliberately edited and released recordings to misrepresent Taylor's words. The backlash was swift and severe. More importantly, Kim never recovered the moral authority she'd lost. While Taylor's career reached unprecedented heights, Kim's public image shifted from savvy businesswoman to calculating manipulator. Even in 2024, when Taylor released songs that seemed to reference Kim, the public response showed that many people still blamed Kim for the 2016 controversy. Katy Perry provides another cautionary tale. Her feud with Taylor, which reportedly started over backup dancers, seemed like typical music industry drama. Both artists took shots at each other through songs, Taylor with Bad Blood, Katy with Swish Swish, but the consequences were far from equal. While Taylor's Bad Blood became a massive hit and cultural moment, Katy's career entered a steep decline. Her album Witness flopped commercially and critically. Her attempt at political activism backfired. By 2018, she was so desperate to end the feud that she sent Taylor a literal olive branch and a handwritten apology. The reconciliation helped stabilize Katy's career somewhat, but she never regained the pop culture dominance she'd lost during the feud years. Meanwhile, Taylor used the Bad Blood era as a stepping stone to even greater success. Even Calvin Harris, who had a relatively minor public dispute with Taylor over songwriting credits, faced immediate consequences. His angry Twitter rants about their relationship and breakup made him look petty and bitter, damaging his reputation as a professional producer and DJ. The pattern held. Even minor conflicts with Taylor Swift seemed to result in disproportionate consequences for her opponents. So what makes Taylor Swift so dangerous to cross? The answer lies in understanding the strategic elements that make her practically unbeatable. First, Taylor has mastered the art of narrative control. She doesn't just respond to attacks, she shapes how the public understands the entire story. Through carefully crafted social media posts, strategic interviews, and especially her music, she consistently frames herself as the wronged party fighting for justice. This isn't manipulation, it's sophisticated public relations combined with genuine artistic expression. Her songs about these conflicts become the definitive versions of events in the public consciousness. Look What You Made Me Do defined how people understood her 2016 controversy. Her re-recordings became symbols of artistic independence and female empowerment. Second, she understands timing better than perhaps any celebrity in modern history. She doesn't rush into responses or lash out emotionally. Instead, she waits for the perfect moment to strike back, often when her opponents are already vulnerable or when she has maximum leverage. The re-recordings are a perfect example. She announced them when she was at peak popularity, ensuring maximum public support. She released them strategically to coincide with major career moments, amplifying their impact. Third, Taylor has built an incredibly loyal and organized fanbase that functions almost like a personal army. When she's attacked, millions of people don't just defend her, they actively work to support her projects and boycott her enemies. This isn't just about social media harassment. It's about economic power that can make or break careers. Fourth, she's incredibly strategic about picking her battles. She doesn't respond to every criticism or slight. Instead, she focuses on situations where she can credibly claim the moral high ground and where victory will serve her long-term interests. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, Taylor genuinely seems to learn from every conflict. Each feud makes her more sophisticated in how she handles public disputes. She's evolved from the young artist who got interrupted at the VMAs into a strategic mastermind who can turn any attack into an opportunity. But there's something else at play here that goes beyond strategy. Taylor Swift has tapped into something fundamental about how modern celebrity and public opinion work in the digital age. In our current media environment, authenticity and relatability often matter more than traditional power structures. Taylor's ability to present herself as both incredibly successful and genuinely victimized by industry bullies creates a compelling narrative that resonates with millions of people. Her enemies often make the mistake of treating her like a traditional celebrity who can be intimidated or controlled through industry pressure. But Taylor has transcended the traditional celebrity model. She's built a direct relationship with her audience that bypasses industry gatekeepers entirely. When Scooter Braun tried to control her through owning her masters, he was using an old-school power move that might have worked against an artist with less fan loyalty. But Taylor's fans didn't just support her emotionally, they made the re-recordings more successful than the originals, rendering his strategy completely ineffective. This is what makes crossing Taylor Swift so dangerous in 2025. It's not just that she's talented or popular, it's that she's built a new kind of celebrity power structure that traditional industry players don't know how to combat. Looking at this pattern, it's clear why Taylor Swift's enemies always lose. They're not just fighting her, they're fighting a sophisticated media operation, a loyal fan base, and a cultural narrative that consistently favors the underdog, fighting against powerful bullies. The consequences for her enemies aren't just professional setbacks, they're fundamental shifts in how the public perceives them. And in an industry built on public perception, that kind of damage can be career-ending. As Taylor Swift continues to break records and expand her influence, the pattern shows no signs of changing. If anything, her victories in recent battles have made her more powerful and her enemies more vulnerable. The lesson is clear. In the modern entertainment industry, crossing Taylor Swift isn't just bad for business. It's a career death sentence that even the most powerful players can't survive. For anyone thinking about challenging the most successful artist of the streaming era, the evidence couldn't be clearer. Taylor Swift's enemies don't just lose, they lose everything. And that's not luck. That's the result of 15 years of perfectly executed strategic warfare disguised as pop music. The question isn't whether this pattern will continue. It's who will be brave enough or foolish enough to test it next. If you found this analysis of celebrity power dynamics fascinating, subscribe for more deep dives into the strategic thinking behind entertainment industry conflicts. We break down the real reasons behind headline-grabbing feuds and examine how modern fame really works. Because understanding the game helps you recognize when someone's playing it perfectly.